We begin tonight at 11 with the U.S.-Canada border, which for the better part of 2 months has acted as the center point of the ongoing trade war between the United States and Canada. We've told you a number of stories about how businesses have been impacted by these tariffs, but you don't even have to leave the border to see their greatest impacts. Two on your sides, Andy Payton is standing live for us at the Peace Bridge tonight, but first explains one industry's fight to stay afloat.
You don't have to spend more than a few minutes at any border crossing between the U.S. and Canada to understand things have changed. 6 months ago, these were the lines you could expect, with some lanes backed up so far the booths themselves quite literally seem a country away. But today, the now seamless flow of traffic, while a welcome change for some, a frightening reality for others.
Yeah, and it's just not happening right now, yeah.
Michael Gruich and his family have owned this duty-free store in Niagara Falls, Ontario for almost 40 years.
We're solely reliant on our tourists.
And you're just not seeing tourists?
And not seeing it, yeah.
Outside of the COVID-19 pandemic, he tells me these last few months have been the toughest his store has ever seen.
A year ago today, what would it look like here?
Our parking lot would be filled, but right now there's 2 or 3 cars in the parking lot, and that's it. Sad to see. Yeah.
When the tariffs first started coming out in the news, we saw an immediate drop in traffic.
That's Tanya Lee, the president of Canada's Duty Free Association. She says Michael's shop isn't the only one seeing this. In fact, it's something all 32 Canadian-owned duty-free shops across the U.S.-Canada border are experiencing, with sales down as much as 80% after the latest numbers from March showed that nearly 1 million fewer travelers made the journey from Canada into the U.S. compared to last year, even leading a Canadian judge just this past month to order the Fort Erie shop into receivership, with this latest decline in business delivering the final blow.
Where people are staying in Canada and spending here, or they're bypassing the States and they're going to places like Mexico or down to the islands or going to Europe instead.
If that doesn't change soon, Michael back in the Falls worries his shop could be next, and hopes, unlike the rest of us, that bumper-to-bumper traffic becomes the norm once again.
We don't want to be the 51st state, but we want to be a great partner to the Americans and our friends over there.
And now Michael and others in the duty-free industry also expressed to me that they felt very optimistic about last week's meeting between President Donald Trump and newly elected Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, and they're hopeful that this will sort of act as the first step in repairing this relationship between our two countries. We're live and on your side at the Peace Bridge tonight. Andy Payton, Channel 2 News.
Andy, thank you.